Hi everyone, it's Linda from LindaZ's in Arlington Heights, Illinois. I actually have somebody filming with me today, my grandson, my bigger, taller grandson, who's in charge of all of our social media and especially this video studio, which I love, by the way. And I want to tell you about a couple of announcements, and he's going to kind of help me a little bit with it because just bear with me because there's some very wonderful things you're going to hear. The first thing I want to tell you a little bit about, those of you that have been watching our videos for a long time do know that we did one video per day at the start of COVID until, well, we're not done yet. And then now we've released them till once a week or a couple maybe in between. And that was an incredible filming process, as you can imagine, and it was free because we wanted to give back to our community, our sewing community that was just amazingly gracious to bring in, and so unbelievable what you did with the masks and helping other people in our community. It was just amazing what happened, and you're still doing that, which we truly appreciate. So we couldn't have our clubs, we couldn't have our classes. We're getting back now to our classes. Of course, we are open, which I've heard there are still, states where the stores are open, but they can't do anything. So we're very fortunate that at least we can do some of these smaller classes. But COVID has hurt everyone in a tremendous way because we're a social group. You know that. I mean, I'm looking at you, but I would love to really be looking at you. I know he puts a camera sometimes up here and I can see different rooms in this Zoom thing or whatever they call it, and I can see some of you. But today, I just want to tell you that we have started something that we think is going to be just fabulous for you. We put tremendous amount of cost into this because we don't know what's going to happen next winter. And so we are going to be going virtually and in person for our clubs. Our clubs are combining. We are doing 3 different clubs, but we're charging one price. So whether you come to 1 club, 2 clubs, or 3 clubs, you're only going to pay one price. We think that is just fabulous because you're not just going to have a sit-down lecture demo, which you will be able to do, not in September, but we'll start that in October. But you will also be able to have it virtual. And what does virtual mean? That means you get to see me or Dennis, who's going to come in here in a moment, or whoever in front of a machine or a project or whatever it is that we're doing, and that will be part of your club fee. Now, the fee is going to be $199 for the whole year, and that is for new members. If you're a returning member, it will be $149, and that breaks down to about $5 and some cents just per session, which is unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable cost. And we are able to do that because we have so many wonderful people that are going to partake in it. Now, let me explain some of the details on it so you aren't confused. I can hear people right now, well, I'm an embroiderer. I don't do serging or I don't do sewing. But think about it. Embroiderers are certainly creative people. And I would hope that you're going to sew, like today, this quilt behind me is called the Halloween Town, which I think is just darling. And you're going to sew those squares, if you're a quilter, together. So you're going to learn technique that you maybe never thought you would ever do. You're going to apply a lot of your technique to your regular sewing and vice versa. So if you are a sewer and you come into our serger club and you go, well, I don't have a serger. Well, that doesn't matter because the technique that we're going to show, maybe we're doing a table runner, or maybe we're doing some piping, or maybe we're doing something a little unusual. All those techniques can be done on your regular sewing machine. You won't be cutting off your fabric like a serger does, but the overcast, there is an overlock stitch on all machines today. So we're going to really stretch you a little bit. We're going to hopefully get you involved in our clubs in a different way than you ever thought possible. And the best part, I haven't even mentioned it yet, I just love this part, it's all going to be saved just for you for the whole year. So say you go to Florida which you probably won't do this year, but say you do in January, February. You do that in January and February, you still have the clubs. They will be saved in a private platform with your code. You will be able to access at any time, not only through the year, but you'll always have it. So you're going to have not only access to all this material, because the one that we're going to do today is called like I said, the Halloween Town. And we're showing some things that some of you maybe have never seen before, and you're going to go, well, I didn't know. I couldn't catch that in 45 minutes or an hour or whatever it is. You don't have to. You can go back, replay it, and stop it whenever you want and go, oh, wow, that's what he means, or that's what she means, or that's what they're talking about. So you have such a wonderful wealth of what you're going to be given, and it's going to be our entire staff, our teachers, our staff, everyone. Many of you know that we have way overqualified people that are working for us. We are just so blessed. And they all have unbelievable talents. So we're drawing on all those individual talents so that we can give those talents back to you. Now, again, we're going to start these clubs, even though we're doing the virtual part here in September, we will start the other part in October. So it will always be on the first Tuesday, the second Tuesday, and the third Tuesday. The first Tuesday, we're going to do an embroidery project like we're doing here today. The second Tuesday, we're going to do a serger project that, again, you can apply with your machine. And the third project will be something on sewing. Now, it might be, it'll be very unusual. You'll see some really cool things that we're going to be working with. And you're going to know ahead of time what that club is going to be about. We already have, because this is the fall, we're starting early with this Halloween time because we know you've got some extra time that you can spend. And the next month for embroidery is going to be also, have you seen these wonderful lace pumpkins or the haunted houses that they put on the mantles, and some really cool things with lace that are done to make these really shaped, and something very unusual that maybe you haven't done, and it's new. And it's from OESD, which is a wonderful company that designs a lot of really unusual things. All right, so I want to reiterate again, for those of you that have never been, I wrote this down because I couldn't remember it all, you will not want to miss getting involved in these, because you're not only having embroidery projects, crafters, women, men, young, old. Say you don't want to come into the store. You don't have to. You can be at home in bed watching your TV. I don't know if many do that, but you will be wherever you are comfortable, and you will be able to have a wonderful session of creating and showing you some new techniques. Now, have I forgotten anything, Mr. Nicola?
I think you did. You forgot the most important thing
that
everyone wants.
The what?
The discount?
The discount. Oh my gosh, of course. Those of you, see, that's why I had to have him. Debbie's not here today. So we needed to have somebody else out there to let me know what was going on. Thank you, Nick. We have a 20% discount throughout the whole year, and it isn't just the day of Sew Club. That's a huge benefit for you if you're an embroiderer, if you are a serger person, or you're a Sew Club. You will get all of those benefits throughout the whole year. So we're really adding to the benefits and making sure that you really do have some really good value with what's going on. Okay, anything else?
And just I wanted to add, when you said some people that might not be interested in serging or embroidery, or I mean, we do have a bit more time on our hands, and I think it's a perfect opportunity to actually try to pick up a new skill. And we have some really, like Mary is a serger expert. She's going to make you fall in love with serging. She does some pretty amazing stuff with her sergers, and we're excited to share all of that with you guys. And the platform, we get a domain called welovesewing.com. So it's a whole platform where you guys will sign in and get access to your private
That's a new name. I didn't even know about that. I knew
it's in the works. It's going to be live probably by October, but it's going to be it's pretty exciting for us, and it's going to be a whole community thing where you're going to be able to share what you're working on. If you have questions, you're going to be able to ask for help. We're probably going to create a Facebook group also for the club members, and we don't know what's going to happen in the next few months, but we want to be prepared for anything, and I think this is the way to do it.
Great. Well, I thank you so much, Nick, and I really mean that. It is, we couldn't do this otherwise. You should see, you can't look around this studio, I know, because the lights and everything, but you should see the amount of cameras and lights you have. There's one here, there's one here, there's another box here, there's one there, there's another box there. there's a big camera overhead, and then there's another one over here. So you can imagine the kind of equipment. We're very fortunate that he's so talented and can put all this together for us, because it's not just the project we want you to see. We want you to see it up in detail. I don't know if you can see this right now,
Yeah.
but you see we've got a project here that's all finished. This is one of the blocks that we're going to be starting. And this is one of the masks that I've just finished. We've done a whole new video on this, working with the little pleats on the side to customize the mask that will work just for you. And this is what we're trying to do, to accomplish, is to be able to really give you the real detailed information of what we're doing in any of these videos or these classes.